4th down and 1. They snap it. They go backwards, and the Jays are going to stop them. 3-4 Blue Jays throw the quarterback down, and Woodward turns it over in their own territory. See if the Jays can capitalize on that. Kel Kaufman and the crew stop the Boomers.
Woodward had 3rd down and 1, and on 3rd and 4th down, you don't get any forward momentum with a running back coming forward. You pitch one going sideways, then you give it to about a 130-pound quarterback. Those are 2 plays that they would like to have back.
If you specialize in running the football, you probably don't like seeing Kelly Beebe on your schedule.
Probably not, no.
Kelly Beebe's defense holds right there. Here comes the Scott Mick offense onto the field. Twin receivers each side. 1st down and 10 from the Woodward 42. And in motion right to left. Little screen pass caught by Isaac, and he will get to the 40-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch, and had the one-on-one move, and he better make the tackle. He's going to the house.
Woodward coaches, I promise you, were happier about that than Guthrie coaches, because as soon as they saw a corner in space against Isaac, and again, that's that trip set. You put trips to the field, and then you put Isaac as a single back to the boundary. What does that do? It guarantees that the best athlete you have on the field, Isaac Lewis, gets singled up, and then you just throw in those quicks, you send them deep, you do all those kinds of things.
4-yard pickup, so 2nd down and 6. Jackson keeps it across the 35 to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Jackson Waddell from 40 yards out, and the Blue Jays on top, 13-0. Strike up the Guthrie Band.
Love that song, partner. One thing that happens when you are out-athleted and the other team has more speed than you do, when they fake a play that goes sideways, you have to run to that thing so hard that if they pull that thing out, you're going to run right by the quarterback when he pulls it out of the belly of the running back and cuts it back up underneath. And that's happened 3 different times. Jackson Waddell to the house.
PAT's good. Guthrie on top, 14-0, 8:16 to play until halftime. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football on the hot 93.7 FM KSPI. David Vargas kick right to left. It's still it, I think, at the 15-yard line. 20, 30, 35, 40, and down at the 43-yard line. It's, again, hard to tell the numbers on the field. They're out there, but they're hard to see. But nonetheless, 1st down 10, Woodward. Your John Vance Motor scoring some. Your second one for the Blue Jays here in this second quarter. It was a 40-yard touchdown run for Jackson Waddell. Blue Jays just need 2 plays this time, and 49 seconds off the clock. So your new score with 8:09 to play till halftime. Guthrie 14, Woodward 0. That has been your John Vance Motors scoring summary.
Guthrie's had the ball 3 times and scored 2 touchdowns thanks to the big play.
There's a toss. Looked like he was wanting to throw it, but he's going to be hit for a loss. And going backwards there was Parker Pruitt. Blue Jay defense all over that one as well. A trio of Blue Jays in on the tackle, but there first was Dane Jenkins.
The old wing tee with 2 tight ends. Then you have 2 wings behind him. The difference between a wing and a tight end, a wing sits behind and outside of a tight end. A slot is on the side with no tight end. It's a big difference. I'll get to it here in a minute.
Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Blue Jays crowd that line. Defense on. There's a toss in the backfield, fumble, and it's going to be another big loss. And there on the tackle was Dominique Gooseby. The Goosebees have been playing some good football the last 2 weeks, Casey.
Yep, no doubt. Great football. And whenever you have a tight end and 2 slots and a running back, that means you have 0 wideouts. In the flex bone with 2 slots, you would at least be able to take 2 corners and spread them out and have at least only 9 guys in the box. This way, the defense literally has nothing to lose by putting everybody in the box, and you're going to have to be more creative than running quarterback sneaks, tosses, and then just throwing hots to your tight ends.
Good news, loss of 12, but bad news, 3rd down and 23, and Woodward's come close to picking up these long 3rd downs.
Yep, on the passing plays to their tight ends.
3rd and 23 from the 41. They're not going to pass it this time. They're going to go backwards again. Troy Branson, the linebacker for the Blue Jays, and this Guthrie defense just pinning their ears and stopping this Woodward running game. And now the punting team for Woodward will have to punt this one away.
Football is we talk about it every week on both this broadcast, on the High School Huddle on Wednesdays. Football is not necessarily always about who has the best players. It's about the best matchups. And obviously this offense, the wing T for Woodward, is a terrible matchup against an X&O defense of Kelly Beebe.
4th down, 25. Alexander has it blocked by Campbell Leach, and Guthrie's going to have it in around the 15-yard line. Campbell Leach has come close a couple times, and he finally has this one as a punter for Woodward. Casey doesn't normally get back the normal distance, and Campbell Leach makes him pay for it. Special team sets up the offense. 1st down and 10 at the 15-yard line.
You talk about completing that circuit. You just mentioned it, the special teams giving the ball back to the offense on Woodward's 15-yard line in great field position. That's because of dominant defense to this point in the game. You could not complete the circuit of the 3 phases of the game any better than the Blue Jays are doing right now as we speak.
So now here comes a confident Guthrie football offense onto the field. 4 receiver set. Jackson Waddell rolls to the right side, gets to the line of scrimmage, 1 yard across that to the 14. It brings up 2nd down 9 for the Jays here in the 2nd quarter.
Blue Jays staying in that 3-by-1 gun set that had so much success with. Now, at this point, Isaac Lewis is to the top. They bring in, the Blue Jays do now, Parker Rainey at H-back. So now you have 2 wide receivers at the top and an H-back to the right to the same side. 2nd
down 8. Jackson keeps it and back to this line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd down 8. No pickup for the Blue Jays. Guthrie's offense right now, Casey, about 193 yards, 186 on the ground. They're 2 of 5 passing for 7 yards. Meanwhile, for Woodward, they got 46 yards of offense, 60 through the air, minus 14 rushing.
Yeah, and it's been all big plays.
Yeah.
And the problem with that H-back set is Woodward just runs right to the H-back side of it, and that's where you run it to. Then they're reading their keys and going right to the ball.
3rd down and 9, and the pass is incomplete at the 5-yard line. Jackson didn't get his best throw on that one. Right in front of Phil Nichols. And Phil, is the weather a factor out there? The team, guys are going up and down the field. Surely they're warmed up.
Yeah, I don't think the weather's a factor. You just got to catch the ball.
And if you look, and I said it in the weather conditions for the game, look at the flag now. There is literally, is the flag deceiving right now, or is there no wind on the field?
Guys, it's completely laying down completely.
We said it was going to happen right around halftime, and it's pretty much happened that way. So this Blue Jay team that wants to open it up way more than Woodward, you would think that would play into Guthrie's favor.
3rd down and 10 from midfield. Jackson, the throw for the 3rd time in a row. Caught by Isaac, a yard shy of the 1st down. It's close, a little bit close. Pretty good mark there.
Yep. I think you let this go down, call a timeout with 1 second to minimize the risk, and then you go for it. And I say that because Woodward gives you no threat offensively if you don't get it to go score for themselves.
4th down and 1. Jays line up to go for it. Jackson trying to get it off sides, and a timeout.
Down.
Timeout was taken. Play clock's not working. Yeah. And the clock's still moving, though. So
yeah,
we're going to have to stop this and add more time to it.
They'll have a manual clock. Then I do think the Blue Jays will come out of this huddle and go for it on 4th down. Even if you don't get it, Woodward poses no threat to score for themselves, so why not go for it, right?
4th down and 1 with 4 receivers in the formation. Isaac's 1-on-1 on the far side. Jackson looks to the near side, though, looking for Marcel, center of the field, and it is caught. Touchdown! Marcellus Owens and the Blue Jays are on the board. 30-yard touchdown reception. Strike up the Guthrie band.
I love that song, and then the Blue Jay coaches put Isaac to the single to make it look like they're going to throw him a jump ball again, and then threw it back to Marcellus Owens on the opposite side of the field. That was wizardry by the offensive coordinator for the Blue Jays, Scott Mick.